Today, Lalibela's legacy lives on in the physical splendor of the churches and the traditions of their guardian priests.
My blessed people and congregation, churches with no mud, no wood, and no cement. You cannot find anything like this in the rest of the world. You are all blessed because you are here. This place was built by God.
Every year on St. George's Day, pilgrims gather to celebrate a faith that has endured here for 16 centuries. These Christians claimed that God brought the Ark of the Covenant and the tablets of the Ten Commandments to their land. On holy days today, priests carry on their heads replicas of the tablets, wrapped in gilded cloth. The people of Ethiopia have been carving churches out of mountains for more than 1,000 years. But the 11 churches of Lalibela symbolize their achievement to the outside world. Become a legend, his story told by monks even today.
There was a city called Roha, where lived a man who belonged to one of the most noble of families, one of the richest in gold, silver, garments, precious stones, servants and maids. He had a child who became the mysteriously named Lalibela.
In the legend, the king's greatness was recognized at birth. A swarm of bees descended on his cot as if around honey.
His mother named him Lalibela, which means the bee has recognized him as king. But these were not bodily bees, but angels who took bee form in order to announce his reign.
God sent one of his angels to bring Lalibela to heaven, to show him the most holy of churches. Lalibela, the story goes, ordered tools to be made to carve temples like those he'd seen in heaven. His craftsmen turned the wild mountainside into a new Jerusalem.
For the life giver and the keeper of life. Of course, you know, we glorify Negus and Agas. Giving thanks to the Father and the Mother of creation, Emperor Haile Selassie I is to be exalted and to be praised. We welcome you into the lair. Of course, this is the Tiger's Zone, the Tiger's Nest. And of course, you are in tune to Radio Anu, International Radio, Universal Radio, and of course, at the moment, internet radio, and that is why you are well lodged into the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge website, which is priestisaacinstitute.com. And give thanks, of course, your humble host, the Honorable Priest Isaac, specifically, your servant, and I'm definitely here to, do the will of the Most High, the Almighty I, even this evening. This program is the Tiger's Nest. It comes to you every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at this time, talking about 7 p.m. Eastern Caribbean time. At this moment, it should be 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but the Eastern Standard Time, it changes back and forth an hour from time to time. But of course, let's just give thanks, of course. So that's a staple, 7 p.m. Eastern Caribbean time. Hey, family, you can also be a subscriber to the Tiger's Nest. It's a very easy and simple thing to do. As I said, you are already on the website, so you just have to browse through and check the Tiger's Nest, and you will see how you could make that subscription, or just give us an email, priestisaacinstitute@gmail.com. Now, what we want to do this evening, my family, give thanks for those who are just coming in, and give thanks for all of those who corresponded and commented on the program we had a previous evening. What a wonderful vibration that was, and I appreciate love those who appreciate love yourself, the levels of information that we brought forth. That's when we were talking about melatonin and the cannabis. A touch of it was on the YouTube, but obviously that was not the full program at all. We are thankful for those who are livicated to even radio Anu. But now this evening, I want to continue on that scientific level, really, and more in my arena as such. But of course, the cannabis is my arena, but I'm talking about on the astronomical level. And I want to highlight the spring equinox, the vernal equinox. Now, what I want to do this evening is to give a good comprehension for those who are seeking knowledge, those who hunger and thirst for information and comprehension, a good idea of exactly what is taking place when you encounter a vernal equinox, the spring equinox, which is between the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, so forth, day of March. So that period there is when you have equal day and night. That's why it's called an equinox. It's equal day and night. And this is when the sun is more penetrating the celestial as well as the terrestrial equator. This is some deep stuff. Now, usually, when I get into this sort of reasoning and discussion, I always like to highlight the debate as it relates to the shape of the earth. And why I do that, as a person that lectures and, speaks and everything, you always have people that have, how should I call it, diverse opinions from yourself, which there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's what makes a proper horse race. They say all horse can't run alike. So what I tend to do is, because, there are many in the audience, maybe not this audience, but in general, when you're speaking of subjects on an astronomical level, there are many that will be saying, well, I don't believe in none of that stuff because the earth is flat. I know some of you saying that. As I'm speaking, some of you saying that the earth is flat. Brother, the earth is flat, because I see the comments all the time. And as you would know, especially if you've been with us for a moment, we appreciate that discussion. You know that when that became a big thing about a couple of years ago, I noticed it has died off now. Yeah, it's not as strong as before. But anyway, about 5-6 years ago, it was just this big thing about flat earth and flat earthers and globe heads and all sorts of things as it relates to the subject area. All sorts of comments and ideas were flying around the place. So as I said before, and I will say again, the discussion, the debate too. It's a good debate. You know, it's almost, how should I put it? I've never seen a subject that both sides are packed with some good points. Even the flat earth side have some real good points. It's only because, you know, if you're not well studied, you would get led astray with the what appear to be good points, you know. So that's not the subject tonight. And I'm not here to try to critique no one that believe the earth is flat, etc., etc. But what I would say, which I always say, and you know what I'm going to say, the circumpolar stars. I'm not going to even try to explain it in no detail because we have done that several times. The circumpolar stars. My family, let me just say it as simple as I can. The northern circumpolar stars and the southern circumpolar stars cannot exist. The circumpolar constellations in general, which really, you know, it is an apparent effect that you're getting. The flat earth theory more leans on the literal effect. So the earth appears flat, so you got to be flat. And the sun appears to be coming up, so that's what's really going on. And the whole shebang. The moon goes in front of the sun for the eclipse, and that's really what's happening there. They're just right next to each other. They're the same size, and the stars are little painted balls hanging from a ceiling. So the flat earth theory really somewhat draws to the table a literal outlook. And please, no one need to be offended, because I noticed that too. Ones that draw for the flat earth theory, and it may not be everyone, so don't be offended, but those who I've come across, very hot-headed, get very angry very quickly if you don't agree with them, and oh, you're talking stupidness and you're fooling off the people and the earth, this and that, and there's none that can dispute the circumpolar stars. None. You cannot. I've been begging for someone to show me. Don't type in no comment section and just be ranting. Show me. As we have done videos, do a video and prove to us how the northern circumpolar stars and the southern circumpolar stars can function on a flat earth in the way that I have explained. You may have to visit one of my YouTube videos to see what I'm talking about. And again, you know, it's undeniable. So my family, the point is, the earth is not flat. I know some of you still ain't gonna even get it there, no matter what I say. It's all right. I'm not really here to force no one to follow my opinion. I'm actually here to speak to people that are open-minded, that don't have an agenda, that are not religious and dogmatic, but honestly want to learn. You see, as I said, videos I've done with the subject, I have some people that even if they never saw it, they're going to research that tonight. They're going to go and say, let me see what the priest is talking about. Let me see Priest Isaac, flat earth, you know, circumpolar stars. They will type that to see what comes up, to hear what I said in detail. And then there are those who would have heard me just say what I said and, oh, I don't believe that the earth is flat. They can, the earth is flat. How is it we don't fall off the earth? If the earth is spinning so fast, these ignorant arguments. If the earth is spinning so fast, how we don't fly off the earth? I did a video once. How many of you seen that video? When I was in an airplane and I had a pack of cashew nuts in my hand. You remember that? The airplane wasn't on the runway. It was up in the sky, moving, and I don't even know how fast the plane is moving, but I know it's fast. Fast. Yeah, and I threw the cashew nut up in the air. It took about, let me see, 1, 2, drop. It took about 2 seconds to drop back in my hand. But what I'm saying, at the speed that the plane is moving, when I threw the cashew up in the air, the cashew should have flown to the back of the plane right away and bust the back and the nuts drop on the ground because the plane is moving so fast. Why didn't that happen? Because I'm almost sure if a person is to put their hand out the window of the same plane, the wind alone would break their hand off. So why it didn't happen inside the plane? Because you are in an incubator as such. You're in a sealed vacuum. That's the preferred term. You're in a vacuum. You're in an atmosphere. You get it? You are in an atmosphere, something like the dome. You're well sealed off. So as fast as the plane is moving, the cashew is not going to fly to the back of the plane. As fast as the earth is spinning, you're not going to fly off. What kind of thinking is that? Real Christopher Columbus thought the drop off the earth mentality thing. But anyway, that's not the subject. You see, I had to bring it like that just to kind of get all of that out the way. Because we are going to be going into real science now. And for you you have to comprehend that the earth is not flat and that what you see moving around you for the most part is the earth in its rotation, rotating and revolving around the sun that gives this impression of the sun rising and setting. You have to comprehend that, at least for the levels that we're going here. You see, when we're speaking of astrotheology, flat or round, it doesn't make a difference. I always tell my flat friends, hey, whether it's flat or round, we all see the same thing. So when the sun is in Jupiter, in Leo, or Jupiter is in Virgo, whether it's flat, round, or square, whether you think the sun is rising or it's not moving at all, we all see the same thing. But that's astrotheology. But I'm talking about astronomy. Not the theology and the meaning of, but just the raw astronomy. The earth is rotating and revolving. That's my point. Very good. Good. And I have to bring it like that because you will still hear the flat earth people speaking loudly. Oh, you don't know what you're saying. I understand. That's not a good point, though. You don't know what you're saying. That's not a good point. You wasted 5 words when you could have said something to the effect to rebut what I said. Good. Very good. So the spring equinox, I actually like doing that, you know. The spring equinox now, the 21st of March, thereabouts, you know, from the 19th thereabouts to about the 23rd, 24th, is that same energy. In fact, this is why, let me just remind everyone before we continue, remember that the 19th day of March, we will be having a very special sunset hike to Greencastle Hill. And of course, although Greencastle Hill is not necessarily the subject this evening, you know the connection with Greencastle Hill and of course the spring equinox. Also, for those who have never purchased the book Anu, Ancient and Modern, now would be a good time to check it out right here on our website. You know, it speaks of Greencastle Hill, the megaliths that align with the very said stars and constellations and planets of the heavens, and of course specifically the equinoxes and the solstices, like the spring equinox on the 21st day of March. So that's why we do the hike to Greencastle Hill. It's an observatory as well, a space observatory, but it's also a chamber of frequency and energy, as well as you are amongst the tuning forks, the natural tuning forks, the volcanic rocks I'm speaking of, the megaliths aligned with, again, the constellations and all movements taking place around us. So the energy is right on that day. So we're going to gather people from Antigua and people from the international community who are coming down to visit us for the sunset hike. Some will be visiting us for the sunrise hike, which will be the Tuesday, the 21st itself. So we are seeing the sunset. You're going to see the alignments of the sunset and the alignments of the sunrise as well. And again, for those who are saying, well, I will not be able to come. Yes, you will be. You can join us virtually. We've been saying this for a moment now. You can join us virtually for the sunset and the sunrise hike. I'm talking about to Green, Castle Hill. And of course, at the same time, remember, we have many other packages, virtual packages in general. Even our cannabis tour can be done virtually anytime you're in the mood for the cannabis tour. So all you got to do is to check Rastafari Experience right here on the website, PriestIsaacInstitute.com. Rastafari Experience. You could just click it on. You don't have to worry. The radio won't stop playing. It's going to continue. And you'll see the choices where you could just take 1 day or 2 days for the hike, the 2-day package, or the 1-day package virtual hike. So that means you wake up early the sunrise morning, and you put on your computer. We send you the link, and you're there with us, going up the hill, watching the sunrise with our visitors and our guests. And the same thing for the sunset, So for those who need more information, you can email us, priestIsaacInstitute@gmail.com, priestIsaacInstitute@gmail.com. So what we're going to do, as I said, family, we are really taking this program on a very scientific level. So I really pray and hope you're in the mood for that. And we will be utilizing a specific site for this program. We'll be getting a bit of assistance, from Learn the Sky. And that will help us to give you a clear understanding of what is taking place in the heavens. So we'll be speaking of the vernal equinox, the spring equinox, and giving you a good comprehension of what is taking place. And remember, that the sun is still in Pisces. And this is why I will always argue that we are not out of the Pisces age. That is, people that are very firm with these things, almost like the same flat earth thing, firm that we're in the Aquarius age. If you didn't hear the people that sang the song a couple of years ago. So what? None of them they are the astronomers to the degree that they know what's happening. The sun's position on the vernal equinox, which is the 21st day of March, is what dictates the age that we are in. The sun is still strongly in the fish constellation Pisces, yet already feeding off of the Aquarius energy. You understand? So yeah, family. What a joy, Give thanks to all of those who may be catching our stream on any different platform. Just make sure you press the link wherever the link is to Radio Anu, and you come and join us live and direct on Radio Anu. So yes, family, give thanks for your presence with us. As I said, we'll be going deeper into the spring equinox right about now. But before that, let me just give you a little meditation. This is the tiger's nest. Give thanks for your presence with us.